Hello, my name is Orion from TCG FlightSchool. We want to invite you to follow along as myself and my trading partner Jordan learn and apply technical analysis on our journey towards profitability. If you'd like to join in on the discussion and learn technical analysis with us, check out our Facebook group, TCG FlightSchool, for more information and content. We hope you enjoy our daily trade recaps and technical analysis videos. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's get on with the technicals. Hey guys, alright, I'm going to make another video here tonight covering the MJ sector. Just trying to get back into the swing of making videos once a night or once every 2 nights. Just kind of reactivated my NASDAQ small account, so I'm going to start trading in that again. It's been dormant actually for, I don't know, about 3 weeks now, so I'm going to get back into some momentum trades and try and build that account up. My TFSA is now taking on 2 positions. I took on a position in Supreme today. I heard some rumors about some licensing possibly coming out. Obviously everyone's license imminent and this and that, but from a pretty good source that it could be a little sooner than we think. Anyways, so I took a small position in that, and also I still have my position in CHV. My support levels are holding on it, so I'm going to stay in it for now. I'm actually kind of thinking I might just leave it long term, ride through any sort of dip, and catch it to the upside. Again, another stock that is supposed to be having some Health Canada licensing coming out on it relatively soon. So, could hold it just for the summer. They're both small positions, nothing crazy, about $2,700 divided between the two of them. So hold it through the summer and catch them upside. Either that or, I'll just take my profits right away, or I don't know. I do have a vague plan for them, but for the most part, I'm just trying something new with taking a bit of positions. I know my support levels, so I'll bail out if I really need to, but I may hold through the dip. So other than that, we are watching WEED APH and EMH right now. So we did the big downtrend. We plotted some of these dips and bull buybacks. These two that I plotted to help kind of find this dip here, which we capitalized on really well last week. A lot of us made some pretty good money. I played EMH on this dip. I did about $308 over 2 trades, which I thought was really great. I caught the dip on the way down, the bounce, and then I played the gap up and sold at the top. So they all moved pretty unison to this, but we're just going to look at WEED right now. So we're kind of getting into a dangerous area here, very similar to what we saw up here, where we had the big dip, the big waterfall sell-off, popped back up, we sold off on the next gap up, and then we came down here, put in a bottom at 806, popped up, came down, let me go to this little downtrend line, popped up, came down, and now we're kind of sitting here right at a low of 811. If this 806 breaks, I'm anticipating some movement to the downside. Kind of looking at this for very similar position and very similar outlook here. So same thing, we gapped down, we had a big bull buy on the dip, we pushed up, we gapped up here, and then we sold off. We put in a low of 1076, and then we never touched that low. 1098, 1102, 1082, 1090, and it was right here on this day when it broke down and it broke under that 1076, and that was it. And that signaled the next sell-off and kind of really sell-off and bull buy and gap up. So don't know if this section will happen. I would love to see another dip and bulls buy up the dip again, but definitely anticipating this kind of slowly lower highs, lower lows fade to a nice washout. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I was looking at it also here on the 15-minute chart, where you can just kind of see these lower lows and lower highs playing out, signaling that we're back in this kind of downtrend. And we haven't really been able to, bulls haven't really been able to retake any sort of high coming off of this 883. So again, levels we're watching for on WEED are 806. Breakdown of 806 would signal some sort of downtrend or washout again. So I'm going to look at APH here real quick. Very similar thing. I actually put the lower highs price points on it, so you can kind of see. Actually down to this one, we're 608, so we're kind of losing about 10 cents a day. So 608, and then we had a gap up to 612. Then we sold off right away in the morning, back down to 602, 592, 585. So we're losing about 10 cents a day by the close. We're hitting a little bit of a lower low on all of them, all the way down. And then this is kind of a crucial support line that I've drawn out, and it's the 575 where we came down. We saw a quick bounce off of here. in this intraday, and same thing on the push up. We came up, we pulled back down to this 575 line. So this is kind of a common support resistance level that I'm finding, and I've noticed it right here that we're kind of bouncing along this 575. So similar to that 806 on WEED, 575 will be the level I'd watch for if we break down. But on the daily chart, you'll also see that we are below the 585 level. Sorry, let's see here. 588, we are below that 588 level on this first red candle, which on the WED chart we set this low of this red candle at 806. So we're already below that, and you know, we're sitting on the top of this 575, which I kind of found as a little support resistance in amongst these two candles here. So I'm gonna watch that. I don't have a position. I don't plan to take one on it, but you know, a couple people do. Some people love this stock, so you know, I'll keep running play-by-plays for the people that want to watch. EMH. We came out of the high here of 131 on the gap up. I ended up selling my position here at 130. Was really happy about that. Took my profits on the gap up in the morning, and then we came down here and we've kind of been range bound in this 121 to 123 for 3 days, 3 whole days pretty much. And then we ended up breaking down out of it this morning, well yesterday by the time you guys see this video. We came back up here, we couldn't take the 120, now it is acting as resistance, and we've come back down and we're putting on a floor here of 116 for now. I will definitely be watching this 116 mark. A breakdown of that will signal a return down towards that 110 support that we saw through, 115. Where did we see 110? 110 support through here. So we got kind of 2 step down. So we'll break a 116, we'll be coming down to this 115, 113, and then down to this 110, or we ended up breaking down to this $1.06, and then we bull spot up the dip right away. So those are the 3 stocks I'm kind of watching and judging the whole sector on, and they're the ones that I noticed that everyone kind of trades the most. I know there's EMC, MJN, you know, we've also got ACB, SL, tons of other stocks to watch, but these are, I'm just trying to focus on 3 all the time, really get familiar with these trends and support and resistance levels, and that way when I open up a chart on any computer, on my phone, anywhere, and I see these stocks in that price range, I can go, okay, I know what's below it, I know what's above it right away, right? Whereas some of those other stocks I haven't been charting as much, you know, I kind of have a good eye on them. I also know the psychological support and resistance levels, so always good to keep an eye on, you know, just follow one stock. That's a suggestion of mine, is follow 1 or 2 stocks, you know, follow them for a month or 2 and just really get familiar with them. And if you can, trade them as well, right? Trade them or take a position on them. Obviously, if you're in a long-term position, you're going to follow them. I don't know a lot of long-term investors that buy a position and just close their computer and never look at their stock. This is such a digital age right now that, you know, you can buy a stock and you can just keep constantly refreshing your phone and watching it all day long. I've been guilty of it. I know many other people have. It can get really addicting when you're in a position and you just, you know, you want it to go to the upside, and you're watching and watching and watching, right? Or you're watching it fade away before you actually make your sell, take your loss, or whatever. So everyone, again, has a different trading plan. Everyone's got a different investment horizon. Mine's a lot more of a short term. I am trying a little more of a long term thing on CHV and SL, but I'm also having a hard time not watching them every day because they are on my active watch lists. But I don't normally trade those stocks, so that's why I decided to take positions in those ones, and a bit of kind of fundamental hearsay that I've heard. Again, this whole market, whole sector is, you know, pretty highly speculative, based on a lot of outside factors. And right now we're seeing some stuff going on in the markets, you know, that are being affected by decisions and stuff that are going on in the U.S. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some of that spill over into the MJ sector and affected as well. We're seeing a lot of high market stocks, Dow, S&P 500, stuff like that, are taking dives. We're seeing gold climbing. We're seeing the USD take a bit of a dive. So over the next this week here, we should be interesting to see how that plays out in the States. Again, always go to your 1 week. You can't really see it because I got some lines in there. Always go to your 1 week chart and see where you're at on that, right? We're still showing a healthy, well, unhealthy downtrend. And let's see, APH. Again, I've got too many lines on it for you really to see. Oh, actually, I can hide all drawings there. So there you go. Also seeing, you know, we're midweek here. So also seeing still a very unhealthy downtrend. So over the week, the bears are definitely in charge, and in the day, intraday, the bears are in charge. So we're just going to keep an eye on these levels, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, have a good night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.